Konnichiwa, scrapbook friends. I am in Japan, but I pre-recorded this for you so that you don't have to go a week without a theme park Thursday. And I actually love how this one turned out. It was a learning experience for me. I was using the new Cascade spacers from Creative Memories. So we kind of learned together as we went, but we went together actually relatively quickly. So I have my base double page layout, but then we have these cascading spacers. And I only used 3. So I basically have 4 layouts, that I got to use. But there are ways you can do it with more. And I talk about that a little bit in the video. And I had to put a title. I couldn't not. I broke my rule. But I think it really added a lot to the layout. And I love how this turned out. This Galaxy's Edge is a fun thing to scrapbook. And I love that I was able to use this fun new tool from Creative Memories. And I hope that this will give you a little bit of a lesson on how to use that as well, and that you won't be afraid to try it in your album. So stay tuned to see how it all came together and how I decided to use all this. All right, so I've got all of these pictures, and I just wrote Star Wars Land. It's actually called Galaxy's Edge. I did go ahead before I started filming and divided it up. So I've got all of these pictures of us, all like the PhotoPass pictures, and I probably don't need to save them all, but I don't know. I might need to save them all. And then I have a bunch of pictures that are just random pictures of the land that just I took with no people in them, and they're cool. This was not our first time in Galaxy's Edge, but it was our first time in the one in California. So those are some cool pictures. And then all of these are the Rise of the Resistance ride, which again is cool. But if you watched the last series of Theme Park Thursday, the Rise of the Resistance layout I did for that is one of my favorites ever. So this is a lot of pictures, and I kind of thinking that Rise of the Resistance needs to be a separate layout, but I don't know that I want to devote a whole double page layout to just these random pictures. This is from Smuggler's Run, but this is the only picture I have because I don't ride that one, and that's all they took. But I've got all of these, and so I was thinking, what if I use the new Cascade spacers? I've not taken these out of the package. I've done nothing with them. I've watched a video to see how they work, but it might be a great way for me to be able to get all of these pictures. I still want to do a double page spread. So I'm going to do a left-hand side, with maybe the favorite pictures. And then I could do the right-hand side with all of these others. I maybe could even include all of this in the layout. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I also discovered I had bought some of this dual tone orange cardstock, and I've never used it. I don't use a lot of orange, and I thought, So this front side is apparently called Papaya, but look at this back side. This is like we used to have a color called Spice Cider. I think this would work really nicely for Galaxy's Edge. The problem is if I use it for the flip through, it's going to be bright orange on the back, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. And then I got thinking what paper packs could go with this. And of course I had to go with my favorite, Out of This World. This has been around for a while. It's still available. They have lots and lots of it, but it's got the planets, and it kind of matches that orange is too much. But this orange I really like. And if it's only on the back, so I think I'm going to use these. I've got, all the stickers. Obviously, I have many packets of this paper. I live in Huntsville, the Rocket City. I don't love that they did this as a kid collection. I think that was one of the things that hurt it, because all these planets with the smiley faces, that doesn't jive with Galaxy's Edge. But some of the stickers I'll still be able to use, and I've got tons of the paper and the stickers and embellishments. So I'm going to kind of figure out what I want my main page to look like. So basically what's going to happen, I think, is that I'm going to have my main page right here, left-hand side, and I'll probably do kind of a border. And then the other side will be where you have, I'm gonna use the 6x12 peekaboos, so it'll be like the 6-inch panel, and then the other sections here. But in order for it to, you have to keep the, you know, you can't have you don't want to have your picture poking out into that to kind of keep it hidden. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. I'll have to crop some of these down, and I may not use the Rise of the Resistance for this. I might save that for next week's layout, and just do, I mean, okay, this looks like the same picture twice, which I don't know how I managed to do that as often as I do. This is not quite the same. This one's better. We got a vertical one where we're just there with our light up bubble wands. This one's better. That one's the same. So I don't have as many pictures as I thought I did. Yeah, got a lot of double prints on this one accidentally. So that actually makes it a lot easier to not have that. So I've just got these 4 pictures. So maybe I do it like this and don't just do like these 3 on this side, and then this, and maybe just us walking into Galaxy's Edge, or that's a good one. And then I can put all the others on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so let me pull up the book, because I've not used this. It says each spacer represents a different spacing width. The letter and color correspond to specific peekaboo pocket size and layout combinations shown in this guide. So I want to do a 6x12 cascade. D, I don't think I need to do 6 things close together. I think a 4-piece is going to be fine. So maybe I'll try that, and I'll use spacer G. You can get a full walkthrough video by scanning this QR code, but of course my phone is, you know, in use right now. So I have done a spacer page before. I was actually planning to do one when we get to Main Street Electrical Parade. I wrote a note to myself for Main Street Electrical Parade, use Lanita's cascading waterfall pages, but then Creative Memories came out with this this little set, and I want to play with it, and I have pictures that will work. So it also comes with a little ring that you can put these on the ring, but I'm not going to take time to do that right now. And frankly, I might just keep mine in here because it's got the QR code in here to watch full instructions and a video. So I think I'm going to use spacer G, which is that one. The 5x7 cascades are these other sizes, the 7x5s, which would be the horizontal. And then you have this one for the smaller pieces, 3x4s, 2x2s. So you can play around with it. And then they give you, in this guide, I hope that they will bring this back as a digital download, but they gave you a couple layouts that are, you know, little guides, year in review. That's kind of a cool year in review cascade. I actually really like that one. That would be a cool, like, if you were trying to just do like a overall video of somebody's life. So, okay, so G is what we decided to do. And so I'm not going to do the layout first. I'm going to put together the cascade page, and I'm going to use this orange, this burnt orange, as my base. But what do I want to, oh, I guess I could just use the burnt orange for all the pieces. I wouldn't have to use a designer paper. Maybe this last piece, I would use that designer paper. Let's see what designer papers I have. I mean, I have all of them. I do love the orange cheese, but this, I love this one, I think, for Star Wars. That one, those two. I've got the orange, and so I probably should use the orange Galaxy's Edge, the kind of this one, but I think I like the teal. So Blue and orange are complementary colors. If you look at a color wheel, they're across each other, so you can use blue and orange together. They also happen to be the school colors at Auburn, where my daughter went to school, so that's helpful too. But I got this whole piece of this too. So I think that's, I really like this paper the most. Oh, the back of the planets, of course, which is probably means I don't have much of it left. I've got all the other ones. I like this galaxy one too, somewhat, but I haven't decided yet if we'll use that. So I think what I need to do then, I'm going to start with my waterfall page. And so that's going to be a 4-piece layout. So it's going to have one, I'm going to use three, I think 3 waterfalls, because this one will be the base page, and then I'll have those others. So I need 3 6x12 pieces of cardstock to build my waterfalls on. And the nice thing is I'm not going to stick anything down. So if I decide as I get going that I need to add another layout, I can just change and use which spacer I want. Because all of these are going to be in a 6x12 peekaboo. So I know that this gets cut at 6. Oh, I almost cut it at 6 1/8. All right, so 6. So there's 2 of them. This is white core paper, which I'm not really a fan of, but I was excited to get this kind of spice cider color. Okay, I don't think I need that one. So this will be my base page. And then I'll have this one, and this one. And then we'll just, flip them over. And that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I don't have that many pictures. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I might not. Oh, I've got the other pictures that go on the front here. So something might need to go on here on this last page. Do I want to do the planets on here? I kind of maybe do want to do the planets. And maybe I want to alternate planets and orange so that you can kind of see. That'll give it kind of an interesting look. I could use this as one too. Kind of like that. And then I'll have this and this here. The problem with doing it like this is that then I have so much of this is going to be showing. When you do the closer together cascade pages, you have more space for photos. But they're mostly going to be on the back, I think. I hardly took any verticals. That's a problem I have. Oh, and that's the same one. Maybe that one needs to be the same. This is like, there's like an alien that lives when you drink out of the water fountain. It was kind of cool. Lives in the supposedly in the water tank. All right, let's just do it. So I use regular white pages with the jeeping. The technique's slightly different if you use pocket pages. It's a little easier, I think, if you use pocket pages, because I'm going to have to put my page protector on now. Which I guess I had to do when we did the Casey Jr. as well. I'm unfortunately building a fairly precarious tower on the side over where I'm not working. So I'm going to take my base page. Oh, but I can't because I need to do my layout. Look at that. It's a little smaller than the... I think I'll put it to that side. I need to decide what's going to go on here. Oh, that's going to go on here, right? We're going to put that at the end. And then I guess I can just slide it out from the page protector. I won't stick it down yet. I'll just slide it out from the page protector. So we'll put the page protector on. And actually, it's so much easier to put the page protector on if you use the inside staple, because here it's like squared off and here it's a little bit longer to keep the page protector on. So for whatever reason, I find it easier to put the page protector on from the staple side, and I usually can't do that because I'm usually, you know, it's usually in the book already. So I think I told you a fib last week when I was talking about my trip to Japan that I thought we were going to, oh, actually I shouldn't put this on yet. I thought I was going to lose all of Thursday. Somehow in my head, I had that we were leaving here Wednesday and getting to Japan on Friday. We're not. We're leaving on Wednesday morning at like 5 a.m. and we do get to Japan on Thursday. So I will get to experience Thursday, February 19th. I hope it's a great day for all of us. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my peekaboo pocket, the 6x12 peekaboo pockets. If you haven't used the peekaboo pockets in a while, they've done a great thing, and that's they changed the peel off strip. So I know when the peekaboo pockets first came out, people would tell me mine doesn't have adhesive because they couldn't find it. And so they've put a white strip instead of a clear strip. So you know that there really, in fact, is adhesive. So I'm going to go ahead and put one of my cardstocks in here. And I want the opening side is always to the back. So for me, that's going to be this insanely bright orange, which we may be covering up when we put our layout together. And then I'm going to crease it over and just fold that. And for my first one, I'm going to put it right here. And you do have a little bit of wiggle room. Actually, before I even take it, I'm going to cut this little piece off where the overlap is, because when I go to put my page protector on it, that will get in the way. So I'm just going to snip off that the little piece where they crimp it together on both sides. I don't think they tell you that when you do this, but I discovered you don't have to do it if you're using the top loading pocket pages. And I lost my little crimping piece. Oh no, it's stuck to the scissors. Phew. Okay. Oh my gosh, I just looked at these and they say congratulations on them. That means these are like from way back in the early 2000s. So if you're wondering about the quality of the CM scissors. All right. And now we're going to stick this down right up along the jeeped edge. But I also want to make sure that I've got it straight. Okay, so there's my first peekaboo pocket on here. And now I can't slide the page protector on from the jeeped side, so whoops. And I guess I don't have to put my base page under yet either, even though it's going to help me to see better what I want to do. So because I trimmed that little thing off, now I can just slide my page protector over the top. If I hadn't trimmed that off, it would have come up to here and it would have caught on this. So that's why you trim it off. Okay, so now there's my page protector on here. And I'm going to take my little ruler guy, whichever one it was, G. Where did I put him? Oh, here, so here. Spacer G, and I'm going to put this up here along the top edge, and it's riding along the edge of my page protector. And they showed it in the video where you like used the clips to hold it down, but I'm not gonna do that. Life's too short for clips. All right, now I'm going to put another one in. Again, I'm going to put the back side to the open side. And when I very first started using peekaboo pockets, I didn't understand how to use them, and so I just stuck it down like this. But then I watched a video by our CEO, and she showed that you know, if you do it this way and you fold it over, then that kind of protects your, you know, seals this in. It doesn't seal it in, but you know what I mean. Gets it in there safely. Okay, so here's number 2, the 2-inch, because I'm using Spacer G. I wonder if I need to turn this sideways toward me. I think I do. I think that's going to work better for me. To turn it sideways. And then position this right along. Oh my gosh, this is so easy. I did this technique before, and I like was measuring it and drawing up, had a pencil line and trying to coordinate. It was a big pain, but that was super fast. Okay, so there's my spacer number 2. And last one. Okay, put my, I lost my paper. There it is. My paper in with the back to the opening side. And then open this up. You do have a little bit of grace, like if this buckles, you can pick it up and peel it. I mean, it gives you a little extra. So I got that straight along the top, straight along here. Oh, this is nice because you just butt it up against the ruler. Oh, and it's perfectly straight and magical and wonderful. All right, and so then I'll put this on here, but I think I'm going to want a wider piece. I'll put this underneath. So that's what my page is going to look like now once I get all the things in. And I may end up doing something along the edges of here. You could even like punch with an edge punch and then have it show through. You'd want to use different contrasting papers though, so it wouldn't really do much good. But it would be cool to punch through with an edge and have this go like all the way over. An edge punch. I'm thinking of like one of the ones that was like stars and confetti, but I'm not, we'll do that another time. All right, I'll turn off the light for you. Give my eyes a minute to adjust. I'm impressed at how well my camera can translate that. Kind of like this. This piece is too small. I do like the planets though. I want the planets for sure. Maybe I do the planets for one and this for another. And this is 2 inches, so I think I'm going to cut this at 2 1/4 inches, just to give me a little wiggle room. That feels really wide. Funny, I guess because that one's only 1 1/2, and I thought it was 2 inches. So we'll do 2 1/2 and 2 1/2. I'm gonna put this. I don't think I want the Earth one to be that planet. I think I want this one. I'm gonna put this one right here. Do I want to do something different, like on this one? All 3 of them be a different? Maybe I do. Kind of like that one too. Kind of like that. And then on the other side, I can use these same 3 patterns and do like my border. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. 2 1/4. Okay. So now let's go back and do the other side. These are going to be on this side. Okay. So I think I'm good. This is 1 1/2, and maybe I'll do, Something like that. I still don't know that I love the Earth-looking planet on here, so maybe I'll cut this and do like an inch. I think I'm going to cut, this is, oh, it's not even 1.5. It's some weird random thing. I'm going to cut this at an inch. Oh, I want to make sure I get the planet side that I like. Sorry, little Earth-like planet. I don't love that the pattern is so repeating. I think it's much more noticeable too when you do it on here. But I feel like I want to bring in the orange. And I feel like I need to do something else. It's using a solid cardstock background for me has become pretty difficult. What if I did this piece behind it? And then I could carry this over to the other side. I think I kind of like that. I want it to overlap a little bit into this picture. So I'm cutting this at like 7. Yeah, if I cut this at 7 and 5, that's always a good number, but I don't want it to be all the way to the bottom. So which way do I want to save this paper? I think I want to cut it that way. So 7 by, probably by 9. Because it's a 0 centering rule, it's a little harder for me to do that math. Yeah, let's do 9. So I'm going to cut 3 inches off this way, and I'll have this for something else. And then to cut 7, of course, I cut 5. Can't wait for that new trimmer. I'm sure it's going to be released while I'm in Japan. Just, you're welcome. I'm going to put this right here. Okay, I'm going to do that. Use my mat so that I can get everything lined up. My mat is really gross. So I know a lot of people that like use repositional adhesive and stick their pictures down, or stick their paper, whatever, down to their mat. And I don't ever do that. I feel like I'm really careful, and yet my mat is covered in icky. And I mean, you can clean it off. You can use like an alcohol wiper. I've heard, I think I heard a magic eraser, but I'm worried that that would take my numbers off. But I'm lazy. I don't want to have to do work. I want a scrapbook. Okay, so these are gonna go like that. And then this will be here, kind of overlapping, so that this can be right about there. Yeah, we'll do that. So this is going to be about a 1/2 inch in from the outside edge. Oh, I don't even know what width this guy is. This is 2 1/4. Oh, because I was going to use it on the other side. Huh. No, I already have a 2 1/4. Okay, that's good. And then I'll put the I don't think I want this centered either. I think I'll put this at the 2 inch, so there's a 1/4 inch gap on this side. And then do I butt them up against each other or do I spread them apart? I think because I've got this solid background piece, I might as well spread them apart rather than butting them together. Ah. So I'm filming this ahead, of course. This is going to be appearing while I'm in Japan. And the day that I'm at Tokyo Disney Sea, I think our second time at Tokyo Disney Sea. Oh, good. This covered up some of those little planets. And I'm hoping to like edit and be able to do stuff on the airplane. So wish me luck with that. Part of me wonders if I need to put this on a mat. This one. Because these are on mats. And I kind of want to do pink, but maybe I should do the bright orange, except I don't like the bright orange, and that would really make this guy stand out. But I think a little bit of this bright orange might be okay. I think I will do that. And so I already cut this piece, and it's not the right height because this is a 6 inch. Oh, but if I just did a tiny mat, and it won't be as I kind of like an 1/8 of an inch mat. I guess I could trim a little bit off the picture. Okay, so I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4, I guess, and that'll give me an 1/8 inch mat. Oh, yeah, 4 1/4. And then my picture, I want to cut it to 5 3/4, and it's already like not 6 inches. That's really annoying. Okay, we'll do that. I can always trim it back down a little bit more if I decide I need to. Yeah, I think I like the bright orange. That will tie in the bright orange if we get some of that, but it's not like bright orange. I really like that I left this, that I left this extra space though, so I can, oh, I thought I stuck these down already. So that I can kind of tie these pieces together. There have been a few minutes over the past week as I've been prepping for this trip where I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get you guys a theme park Thursday while I was gone, but decided I could fit you in. All right, I like that. I don't know that I love it down here. Maybe I want to move it up just a smidge. One of the reasons I like to put my tape a little bit in from the outside edge is so that if I do decide to move things, it covers up anything that I might have pulled off. Okay, there we go. I like that side a lot. And now we're going to go and do this side. And so we'll start here. This is a 6 inch piece, and this is a 5 inch piece. So I'm going to put this right here. And basically what this has done is, because I now have the, the extra a peekaboo pocket front and back is equivalent of 1 page. So now I've added basically 3 pages more to this single page layout. And this idea was so clever. I'm so thankful to Lanita for sharing it with us. And then of course to CM for figuring out how to make it into a tool that all of us could use. But now this is a 5 inch picture. Maybe I don't want to put this Batu picture. Maybe I'll just do it like that, and we can do journaling or something right there. So that'll be the first one. And I think because of that super bright orange, the back sides of these, I'm going to be doing like more wallpapering than I ordinarily would do. So now I've got to do this one. And when I open it up, it's going to be, there'll be a 2-inch gap and then there'll be this. So these don't need to necessarily work really well together. I don't think I want that. I think I want to use Batu. And really, I probably don't need to spend too much energy on these things. Ooh, maybe I'll put something in the middle right here. Or, I think I will kind of make a smaller square in here. So this is 6 by 12. So if I do this one as 4 by 10, I'll leave a 1-inch margin all around. And I probably don't need to do 4 by 10 because I want it wider. I'm gonna do 4.5 by 10.5. So that's 1.5 inches off. I do think the new trimmer that this side is only going to be 1.5 inches instead of 1 3/4, and I'm afraid that I'm going to get very messed up by that. Okay, I like that. I think it tones down that very bright orange, hopefully enough. I was like trying to use the grid marks to center it, but then I realized I didn't do 1 inch, so I don't, just gonna eyeball it. That looks pretty centered. Maybe I should do the picture of us like going into Galaxy's Edge, which somehow has gotten lost. This one. Oh, that's the same-ish picture. This one has like cool like lights in the sky, so I think I'm going to use that one. That one you can see the stars better, but I think I'm going to use that one. And I probably should have done this part first before I stuck the mats down, or the peekaboo pockets, in case I decided I needed to do, you know, a different number of the peekaboo pockets. Okay, so those two, and then I'll have this piece next to it with this. See, so there's my page layout, but this is going to be along the outside edge, and I don't really want this to poke out. So I need something. I either need to trim this down, which I could. That is going to be a problem because it limits what I can put, because this is going to like be folded like that. Although I guess that's not too terrible if you can see that there are things there. Well, would have been better if I had more vertical photos, especially because this one's has such a wide spacing, and it just depends on what you want to have showing through. You could even do like some little flip tabs on the peekaboo pockets to flip them over. I was going to say I've got a vertical photo, but it's both of these little watery things. I'm not sure I actually have enough pictures now to do all of the stuff I have room for. I don't like this. This either needs to be up with this or centered. I kind of like it centered. So perhaps I didn't have enough pictures for this, but I don't really want to include the Rise of the Resistance in here. I don't know why. Maybe I do want to include Rise of the Resistance in here. In which case I could do this. Well, then it will be smaller sections. And I really don't like that. I don't mind it here with when you see that whole piece. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to have to pull that up. Okay, so that one's done. That one's done. And I've got this piece. Oops. Apparently I didn't get my edge piece on straight. Because this is the white cardstock, when I pull up the adhesive, it does leave a little white mark. So our normal cardstock doesn't usually do that. Okay, this and this, and then maybe the last section I'll just do journaling. When I did this before, and I just was kind of following Lenita's video, before we had the spacers, I took the same piece of paper, and I think I showed that. It was in my summer vacation 2020 volume 1 layout, but I think I showed how I used the same piece of paper, and there's only one picture on the front side, and then when you open it up you see all the others. Okay, so these can come right here. Uh-oh. It's like, okay, I got more pictures. These are just the same picture of the Millennium Falcon. So I may need to come up with some kind of, and this is orange. This is so orange. I think I'll do that. I'm a little worried about getting it too thick where the, where the pages overlap, but this surprisingly doesn't add a lot of bulk to your scrapbook layout. Because they're spread out, it doesn't, like where I did the Casey Jr. Train, that, because they're both the same section, it did add bulk to that layout, but yeah, I wish I had something else to go right here. I mean, I guess I could pull back in some of these other, oh, I guess they were all double prints. Drat. Here I thought I took too many pictures of Star Wars, and okay, we'll scoot these down. That looks all right. I do wish I had some Star Wars stickers or artwork, or had bought some kind of something I could use for memorabilia from this area. Actually, this one, yeah, that'll be all right. Just be barely going over the edge. And then do our last page. I'll slide this out. I'll put this on the end. I do love this paper. I hate it when the two that I like the most are front and back of each other, and then there's another one that I don't really like, and I don't like either side, and so then I end up with lots and lots of the exact same paper, you know, cough, cough, and not so much of the other. So this will be here, and then this will kind of come right to here. Oh, did I already do the Millennium Falcon? No, that's going to go right here. Maybe I'll just like journal in this section or something and not put a picture here. Gosh, I wish I had something else to go here. Oh, I've got the stickers. I'd kind of like to use the... Oh, this is interesting. We got extra border stickers with this one because we got them on these pages. This is the one I wanted to use, but I've already used it. So maybe I'll use these stars. Just, you know, just to use them. Because this plain orange background is just a lot. Oh, I'm feeling so like inspired by this this peekaboo pocket idea and the things you could do with, you know, like in my Puerto Vallarta book, I did one where I cut this to only 4 or 5, and then I put a laser embellishment so that you could kind of see through, and I really liked how that turned out too. All right, we'll do that one and that one. And there's probably a way I could have done this where I only put 2 pockets instead of 3, but I don't know what that is, so almost doesn't seem worth it to just do 2 pockets. I mean, I guess that's when you could do it like that, opens up like that, but I feel like that doesn't make it feel as 2-page layouty as when I do it like this. So the problem is now I need to journal something and I don't know what I want to say. But I think this one's going to be like right here. Oh, that's a lot of empty space. That can't be right. That can't be right. Oh, I do. I've got this whole huge section right here. This one's going to be like the biggest space, and I just left all of that blank. I got nothing to put there. I guess I could use the other layouts that I didn't use on the first page, or the other photos. Which would be this one where Katie's making a little silly face, and that one. That's that one. There's this one. That's that one. Ugh. It's the same one. Why did I do that? I did not intend to print duplicates of these pictures. That's the same one right there. Curses. Okay, so but then I've got these 3 that can go clear over here. I guess I'll just do that. So perhaps I should have planned a little bit better. Yeah, if I just do these like this, then they'll be right up here. Seven inches in. So this is going to be here. No, that's 8 inches in. Oh yeah, 6, 7, 8. I don't know why I can't do that math. 8 inches in. So basically, if I just put it right here, bump it up against my little edge, Not thrilled with that, but maybe I'll do them at the top. I should have counted better, but the clock is ticking. I'm less than 24 hours from leaving for Japan. But I really wanted to get this done so I can stay on schedule. Okay, now we'll put it all together. Oh, I need to journal. Let me journal, and I will, where do I want to journal? Oh, I need to put some letters. Oh, I'm not using titles, am I? Oh, let's see. I don't like any of these. An appetite like a black hole. This is my least favorite of all these stickers. In a galaxy far, far away. I can use those. In a galaxy far, far away. That works. I just don't like the smiley faces. Can't really cover it up. Use these arrows. Oh, this is the one that's going to need the words on it. All right, were there embellishments for this? Oh, there were. So maybe that's what I need, or some embellishments. Maybe the embellishments aren't as goofy as the little kid smiley face planets. This one. A teddy bear being taken up into space. Shooting star. There's that galaxy. Some aliens. But again, they're kind of goofy. I like that one. That one's all right. That one. Little space station's all right. Why did they put spaces on all of these? Why did they not ask me for my opinion? All right, there's no journaling boxes. What is this? Oh, there might have been a matte pack. I'm positive there was a matte pack. So maybe I will journal on this. Yeah, I'm going to journal on this, and then I'll be right back. All right, I'm not going to journal on this. I think it's going to be too hard to see with the speckles, so I'm going to journal on this little stripey stuff, but I'm going to cut the same, basically the same size to fit right in here. Okay, so I did my journaling. I added a couple of the little embellishments. I put a couple of these little stars on, but they're hard plastic, and I'm not really a fan of putting hard plastic in my scrapbook layouts, but we'll see how that goes. I just said finally we made our way back to Star Wars land. In Florida, we get to Galaxy's Edge through Disney's Hollywood Studios, so it's a bit of a different feeling to arrive at the Black Spar outpost on Batuu via Critter Country. So then that's going to go there. This probably needs something on here, but I realize that this is going to be, like, there's going to be an opening here between where the pages come together. So this is going to was just going to be blank. So I took that sticker and I tried to position it like from the 1-inch line to the 1-inch line, but it looks kind of crooked. And then this one will go here, and it's got the star. So I think I might put the star, another one of the stars, down here. And I think we measured it was 8 inches. So they're 2 inches apart. So there's the 2 and there's the 2. I hope I haven't messed it up. This is 2 1/4, so that's going to go underneath. Oh, this might not work. I might need to scoot this over a smidge. I wrote, hopefully a light up Mickey Mouse bubble wand will protect us from any lightsaber wielding bad guys. And then I'll take this one. I am going to position this on, I'm actually going to pull this up right here to see. So this is right here at the 4. So I want it between the 2 and the 4. And I think I want it maybe just right along the edge of this. This goes a little bit in. I did go over. This is going to get tucked under the little protector thing. This goes right to the edge, right to the edge. And I'm at the 1/4 inch line. So like, I don't love this like by itself, and I actually don't love that white, but because I'm going to have this right here, I think that's going to work. So now let's put all these guys back in. I'm going to put just a little bit of repo. Oh, I'm going to have to trim that little star off. Not repo, regular adhesive. This is actually a little bit off the edge too. So I'm going to make sure that I don't stick it down to the page first. I'm going to try and keep it lifted up. Yeah. And then stick it down. So yeah, I do have this little, like the plastic strip goes over the side of the photo, but it doesn't go over a person. So that's okay. And then we'll take the next piece, which is this one, and slide it in. And then this one. Wait a second, I'm missing one. I'm missing one of my middle sections. Oh, this is the first one. And then I'll figure out where that middle section went. I think that was supposed to be this one. The first one was here. No, the one with this piece on it is here. So where did it go? There it is. Had a moment of panic. Oh, this needs something on it for sure. Don't know that I love that. I mean, really the only ones I like are, I mean, this and this, again, this is white. I don't like the white. There's no other white on this whole layout, so I don't want to use any of these things with the white. I definitely don't want to use the cat and the dog, although I did use those on something, and they were very cute. And I'll just use the some stars. So this would have been better if I would have had more pictures to do. And so this is a great way if you have a bunch of pictures. And I think I'm going to be sorry now when it gets time to do Main Street Electrical Parade that I don't get to do this, because I want to put all the Main Street Electrical Parade pictures in there. And I probably need something on there too. But I don't know what. I've used all the pieces that I like. I mean, I like the planets except for the dang smiley faces. So I may have to dig into my non-CM stash or find something else to use. But that's all right. I think it's going to work for me. I don't know how I feel about the pictures poking out. This one I don't mind. This one, it kind of is annoying me. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim these, and I'm going to use some ABCs, and I'm going to write Galaxy's Edge. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to color these yellow. And I wish I had the new inks, because Noreen did a a really cool inking technique using the new inks a couple weeks ago, and where she used the inks on those ABCs, and yeah, I think they kind of won me over. Okay, so I'm going to cut off a 1/2 inch of these, which is fine. And I probably should journal about these. That it was kind of cool that this was like a water fountain, but the reservoir above looked like there was an alien that, you know, like a creature that lived in the water tank. I think I'm going to cut the edge off that too. Make these 3-inch wide photos. Oops, I got a piece of adhesive on there. I was so excited because I was like, wow, this only took me an hour to do this whole layout, which is, you know, I mean, it often takes me an hour to do a much less involved layout. I just wanted to show you how fast this was. But and because I colored because the paper got sticky on it, I have to be a little careful. But now I'm like wanting to add all these things, and it doesn't always take me an hour to do a layout. So, well, sometimes it does, but definitely when I'm talking, it does. Okay, so I'm going to take these stickers, or these die cuts, and just a piece of scratch paper, and I'm going to find the letters for Galaxy's Edge. All right, so there they are, magic of video. And then what I like to do is to take my repositionable adhesive and just stick these down on a just a piece of scrap paper. All right, so here they are, Galaxy's Edge, and a J, because I need an apostrophe, and J is one of the letters that I don't use a lot, and there are several in the pack, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm just going to color. This is really hard with my light off. Let me turn the light back on. I'm just going to color. I'm using the dot tip pen, so it's nice and fat. And because they're stuck down on this paper, I don't really have to hold them. You guys have seen me do this. I used to do it a lot with the white collegiate sticker letters. People keep asking me about the die cutting machine that Creative Memories gave us a sneak preview of last year. I know nothing. I really am hoping it will come out. I am very excited about the idea of having some die cut letters and some die cut borders. Oh, I don't maybe put enough on that one, but I have not heard anything. I thought they told us first quarter. It'll probably come out while I'm in Japan too. You know, all these things. I actually literally am going to text my UPS guy before I leave. I do have his cell number. He's in my phone as UPS guy, and tell him I'm going to be out of town, and not to worry about me, because we do see each other that much that he would be worried about me. He commented after I was in the hospital with Alex for all those weeks, but at least then he could, you know, still drop stuff off at my house. But I think I've timed it so there won't be any deliveries. I've canceled my mail. You know, all the things one does when one goes on a trip. So then once I get all this coloring done, I will let it dry for a bit, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to color in the other direction so I don't see the lines as much. So I'll just do that and come right back. All right, so those are colored in. You can still, it kind of, you know, you can see the pattern. They're obviously colored in. And now I'm going to take my letter J and turn it into an apostrophe. I use the J, the Q, and I like to have my apostrophe like I'll zoom down. So I'm going to just cut a little triangle that way, and then a little piece that way, and a little piece that way. So there's my little apostrophe. Now I've got to decide, do I want it to say Galaxy's Edge going this way or Galaxy's Edge coming down that way? And I think when I look at a book, I'm more likely to turn it this way. So I think I'm going to have Galaxy's Edge go that way. And I think I'm going to use this layout positioning ruler. And these are, I believe, an inch tall. Nope, they're 1 1/8 inches tall. That's an annoying measurement. So I want them to be, I want a 1/4 inch there. So I'm going to put them right here. At, let's see, at this, right at the, so there'll be a 1/4 inch gap, and then the letters, and then there'll hopefully be a 1/4 inch gap at the top, maybe. I don't know. I think I might want to scoot them up a little bit. Now, when you color them, they soak up that ink, and they get a little flimsy. Okay, I want it higher up. I want it to be right about there. All right, and they have some repositionable adhesive on them, but I don't know quite how they're going to fit, so I'm going to position them on the ruler first. And I'm going to have to put more adhesive on because I just used enough to stick it down. All right, so hopefully this is going to fit. I didn't even think that it might be too wide. Oh, it's barely going to fit. Barely going to fit. Okay. So I'm going to do these one at a time. I think I'm going to start, I don't know how I'm going to start actually. That's barely going to fit like that. So I'm just going to use my ruler to help me position and put new adhesive on them, repositionable, and stick them all down as straight as I can. This one I missed a little spot, so I'm going to just touch up. I don't want any of that white to show through. And I saw that when I peeled it off the paper that I kind of missed the tips of a couple of these letters. So let me get these all stuck down, and then I think we'll be done. Okay, now we'll put this back in. I think I'm going to trim a little edge of that piece off. Oh no, that one's already stuck down. That one is staying the way it is. So verdict, I really like this pumpkin paper. Sweet potato. I like the sweet potato. The papaya is a bit orange, but you know, truthfully, this is actually about the color of a papaya. So maybe I'll eat papaya while I'm in Japan, and then I can use the other side for something. All right, there we go. All right, let me clean up and we'll do a final reveal. So here is our finished layout. This is week 34. We're going to call this Galaxy's Edge. I did break down and put a title, but I feel like that added so much to this layout. And I may, in fact, end up going back and putting titles on more of the pages because I think it adds such a nice finishing touch, and it's been really hard for me this album. Well, now this is going to be the first double page spread in volume 2, I'm pretty sure. If not, I don't know what's going to go on the other side of this. But I skipped the title page to the next section just because I don't know. I think I'm going to do the title pages last at the end. And we'll just do something simple that probably doesn't have a photo on it. So here is our cascading pages layout. I do think it needs something, especially these two pieces, needs something else. Maybe there are pictures that I took from this trip and I didn't have printed. You know, I try not to print every single picture I took. So I may go back and look and see if I can find some things I can kind of crop down. Some other pictures, something, especially this one. But I'm glad that I put the stickers behind. But you could even put like small pictures. It would be cool to do like little, if you're doing especially this one, you could put the little with the square punch, the 1 3/4 inch pictures down there. That could be really cool. So maybe we'll try that sometime. But I'm happy with how it turned out. I had a lot of fun doing it, and it didn't take me that much longer than a regular double page layout. I mean, my clock on the on my camera is saying 1 hour and 39 minutes, and frankly, a lot of my layouts have taken longer than that. So you guys won't see that much time because I'm going to crop out some of it. I did go back and add this little Explore die cut when I was cleaning up. I found it, and the little telescope doesn't really match, but it needed something. So there we go, episode 34, and yeah, I'm at Tokyo Disney today. So Tokyo Disney Sea, except today for you is tomorrow. So yesterday, anyway. Hopefully I will be able to pop in here on YouTube while I am in Japan, but no promises. And by next week, I'll be home. We get home late Wednesday night, but I'm going to pre-record that video too. And I'll be editing these videos on my 18-hour flight to Japan. So I'll see you when I get back. I hope you have lots of fun and we're making your own fun memories, and that I will see you here again on another Theme Park Thursday very soon. Happy scrapbooking!